sacrifice in the short term so that you can thrive in the long term. What's going on, everybody? Jamie Stark coming to you here on the Terrific 2 podcast, and our topic today is going to be sacrifice in the short term so that you can thrive in the long term. And there are a lot of different ways to go about that. As far as that topic, I think it can apply to a lot of different areas, but specifically today we'll apply that to when you are starting a business. So let's dive into it. So the common misconception with businesses for a lot of people is that businesses are just cash flowing machines, and that's just plain not the truth. So many people, due to that misconception, they start businesses with unrealistic expectations and they jump into it not really knowing what's about to come their way as far as challenges, as far as cash flow, as far as the amount of work that's involved in order to get to where they expect it to be early on. So let's look at some facts. According to the Small Business Association, 30% of businesses fail within the first year. 30%. That is a massive number. 50% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. And 66%, so 2/3 of all businesses that start up fail within 10 years. So the massive amount of businesses that are started, a lot of people just don't know what they're doing. Their businesses started up for all kinds of reasons, but 2/3 of them don't survive 10 years. And you can take Amazon as an example. One of the top businesses in the world today. They were founded in 1994 and they were not profitable until 2001. So where does that lead you as far as thinking in the long term as opposed to short term mindset? So first off, here's some things to expect. One thing I always tell people when they're starting a business, especially if they're leaving a job, expect to take a pay cut. So using myself as an example, I was working a job. It wasn't like a phenomenal paying job, but I cut my pay less than half. So you basically, your strategy early on in a business, in a small business especially, is to, as an owner, to pay yourself as little as you need in order to survive, basically to pay your rent or your mortgage and put food on the table and be able to get by so that you cannot put stress on the business. And a really great strategy that I like to have people do is to have either a nest egg or a side source of income. This could be a spouse that you could lean on so that you don't have to take anything from the business. So that way you can start to really, really chip away at building this business. So, one thing to note is the business owner is the last person to get paid. So before a business owner gets paid, before any of the stockholders, if you're talking about a publicly traded company, before any of that, you've got to pay your rent, your utilities, your payroll, all of your employees, all of that stuff, whatever expenses that you have, replacing inventory, you have to pay all those before you pay yourself as the business owner. So things that don't really get taken into account a whole lot. So, and then the last thing, expect to work your ass off, especially in the beginning. Absentee ownership businesses will fail almost every time, especially when you're talking about, brick and mortar. There's just so much that goes into a business, and the only person that is going to care whether that thing really succeeds or fails is the business owner or owners. So if you expect an employee to just jump in there and care more than you do as a business owner, it's not going to happen. In most cases, there may be very rare cases where that happens, but your employees are only going to care less than what you do. So, and that's the way it should be. So hopefully there are a couple of tidbits. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and post in the comments, hit thumbs up on this video, subscribe to our channel. We'll keep adding more content. Let us know what other videos you'd like to see in the future. Business, sports, whatever, politics, religion. We'd love to talk about it all. Thanks, guys.